I did want to write about some of the stuff that he'd done since, particularly because after that first edition, quite shortly after that, really, came Blood on the Tracks. And, there's quite a lot to say. But certainly it was taken up very easily that there should be the second edition. And that was published in hardback and paperback simultaneously. It was a bit rushed, the second edition, from the point of view of my writing in it. I had dropped out of freelance writing for a couple of years, and I was acting as a manager of Jerry Rafferty. So a lot of my time was taken up with him wanting to say no to every offer of work that came in for him. So I didn't have as long on the update as I would like, but the main new feature of the update was the huge number of photographs that were now possible, whereas photographs had been one very small little bit in the middle of the first edition. It begins with the first 7 chapters of the original book with copious new footnotes, many of which are me arguing with what I'd said in 1972 or 3. And for me now, for those 7 chapters, the footnotes are by far the most pungent and interesting and often quite funny parts of those early chapters. But then we get on to stuff that I would not have been qualified to write about earlier. And of course, by then, the whole world, and certainly the world of Bob Dylan studies, had changed hugely. I spent most of the 1990s writing that third edition. And for almost none of that time did I have access to the internet. And so the research, particularly on the huge 112-page chapter about Dylan's use of the pre-war blues, that was remarkable research, I must say. When I look at it now, I think, wow, God, no wonder it took me most of the decade to write that stuff. But I'm very proud of that work, and I'm very glad that we're going to reissue it, albeit in 3 volumes.